sleepy Western Victoria town of Avoca, 200 kilometres from Melbourne. With a population of about 1,000, the main action here is farming, wool and grape growing. That is, until the Australian mountain bike series moved in and set up camp. Lush, sweeping vineyards at the foot of the Pyrenees Ranges set the scene. Round 4 of the National Cross Country Mountain Bike Series. Sunny Mount Avoca, far more inviting than the icy cold of Thredbo the week earlier, and around 200 competitors rolled up to tackle the Category 2 event. The race hadn't started and this cyclist was teetering on the edge. The juniors were first on the testing course while the elite women contemplated what was ahead.
The climb's actually quite hard, like it's single track climb, so you've got to look ahead, and it's quite twisty and it's got some steep little pinches, so it'll be tough.
There was no sign of series leaders Mary Grigson, Bronwyn Battersby and Alex Alty, leaving the women's race wide open. For Eleanor Patterson, ranked 4th in the series, a chance to make up valuable ground.
I'm feeling pretty positive actually. I mean, it's a good race and it's going to be a nice fast course.
In the starters' hands and they were off.
Go!
Vines, paddocks, rocky trails, water hazards and thick scrub. You name it and the Avoca Winery course had it. The first 7-kilometre lap and a 5-second lead to Patterson over Queenslander Hanneke Gayson. But a wrong turn in lap 3 cost Patterson the lead. She had to work hard out of the vines and regained control. Stretching her lead even further, Patterson surged to the finish line. Gayson held on for second with Grundy third.
It's brilliant. I mean, I wanted to do really well today, seeing as I didn't go so well last weekend at Thredbo, and I was really aiming to be on the podium today, so I'm really, really pleased with this.
In just her second year in the National Series, Tasmania's Eleanor Patterson has scored a win. We now go to the start of the men's race. The favourites, Tim Bennett, John Gregory, Michael Ronning and Cadell Evans. Downhill specialist Michael Ronning knew well the demands of the course.
Really tough. It's a very challenging course. It's not as much climbing as some other courses, but it's very rough and it'll really take its toll on your body, upper body and your sort of lower back, and yeah, it will be definitely a challenging course.
Focused Cadell Evans. The light-framed Olympian had struggled in the cold at Thredbo. You had a few problems in Thredbo last week. Conditions today suit you better?
Yeah, it's not quite so freezing today, so hopefully the cold won't be a problem for me today, and yeah, that should make for better racing for everyone, I think.
Packed tight, the men took off. A 2-lap criterium to get the adrenaline flowing and dirt flying. Ronning in the yellow went out hard, the Queenslander taking the sprints and $50 for his efforts. And then for the real stuff, off to the vines. It was thirsty work, especially for John Gregory, setting the pace after lap 1. Lap 3 and Ronning was in front. A quick look over the shoulder, the cross-country specialists hot on the heels of the downhiller. Evans loomed, his eye on the lead. 1 lap to go and he made his move. The wind picked up and so did the pace. Evans's last lap 3 minutes quicker than his first. And sighting the finish, the pint-sized but powerful Evans brought it home.
And here he is, Cadell Evans has taken out the Mount Avoca Vineyards cross-country race just ahead of Michael Ronning in a great...
The versatile Ronning 10 seconds behind in second place, Gregory in third. Happy to be back in the winner's circle, Evans, the 19-year-old champion.
I really put in a big effort today, and yeah, I was really happy to come out on top. I didn't actually have a great start, and you know, I just sort of sat back and thought I'd hold it back to the finish. That was my plan, sort of after having a bad start, so it came off, so I'm happy.
And for Ronning, it was a result that proved a point.
I guess a lot of cross-country riders sort of consider me more of a downhill specialist, and downhill is more known as being pretty lazy and just roll from top to bottom of a hill. But I do a lot of my training similar to how a cross-country rider would, and find I can compete quite well at it.
Taking a look at the series rankings, the win boosted Evans from 3rd to 2nd, trailing leader Tim Bennett by 21 points. John Gregory is still in the race for top spot, with Matt Wallace and Josh Fleming making up the top 5. Michael Ronning sits in 9th position but threatens to rise even further. And now to the women's. The Mount Avoca winery race had a bigger impact on the women's series, with Eleanor Patterson climbing from 4th to 2nd. Missing round 4 didn't affect Canberra's Mary Grigson, who held on to top spot. But for Alex Alty and Bronwyn Battersby, a slip down the rankings.
"150 riders from across the country took part in the 4th round of the National Series. Riders weaving their way 6 times over a 7-kilometre course through the vineyards and dusty slopes of Mount Avoca. The track proving challenging at times.
That's twice on it, bloody hell.
Olympian Cadell Evans was a strong favourite. He didn't disappoint.
Cadell Evans has taken out the Mount Avoca Vineyards cross-country race just ahead of Michael Ronning.
Victory for Evans isn't new, but he says there's nothing better than winning in front of a home crowd.
Just moving back to Victoria from a stay overseas and in Canberra, it's a good way to start off again.
He says the Mount Avoca course was a surprise challenge.
This course is actually deceptive on how hard it is. It's very open, although it's not very technical. You're out in the open, it's pretty windy today, and it's a real power and strength sort of course.
Downhill champion Michael Ronning came in behind Evans, a rider who's proving his strength in cross-country events.
I do a lot of my training similar to how a cross-country rider would, and find I can compete quite well at it.
The Australian Institute of Sport's John Gregory came 3rd, while Tim Bennett managed to retain his lead in the series with his 5th placing. Eleanor Patterson celebrated victory in the women's. Marie Cullinan, Win News.